Having problems with Wirecast again this morning, so I don't know if we're actually live. So I'm just going to check, just bear with me a wee second. I didn't do the intro because Wirecast was playing up, so no point in doing the intro. So you didn't get a wee dance this morning with the techno. Okay, just see if we're live. Just make sure everything is up and running. Okay. We'll just go with it. Bugger it. Okay, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto. We're going to be looking at the markets, Bitcoin, what's going to happen with Bitcoin. Is this your last chance to get in Bitcoin under $10,000? It could well be, or one of your last chances, or is this going to be a prolonged kind of drop for Bitcoin as well? We're going to be asking that question. Also, we'll be looking at Kucoin shares. I decided to get into Kucoin shares as well for the long term and decided to start accumulating Kucoin shares. And XRP is moving as well, finally. It started moving up 10-13% off its low. So we'll be looking at all the charts as well. If you've got any questions, let me know in the kind of comments just now. If you're watching just now, just say hi. Let me know where you're from, just to say hi, because we always like to welcome new people. Even if you've not kind of commented before, just comment just now. And if you want to join a premium group, which is coming up at the end of July, there's a link down below to join a premium group waiting list and join the free group for discounts as well. And there's also a link to join Kucoin as well if you want to sign up for Kucoin and check it out as well. I think it's one of the better exchanges out there as well. And I think it's just like Binance. It's just a start of where Binance kind of was. But we'll look at that. I'm just going to make sure we're all live and up and running. And it looks as if we're crashing just now. It's a nightmare, this Wirecast. It just sucks up the CPU. Totally sucks it up. Right, we'll dive over just now and just go with it and go with the flow. Right. That's a nightmare. Okay, we have Sean Dubs is in the house, Mike Witherford is in, Gary Parmenter is in, Mac Paul and Debbie Claydon, Crypto Cannabis, Mervyn Skidmore, Mitch Dieter, Marcus Jafari, James Oklahoma, one of our Brown admins is in. Good to see you, James. Tim Gash is in this morning, Kig is in. Good to see you. David Schwartz, Chris Moll, good to see you here. B is in as well. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, Jimbo, good to see you, buddy. And just let me know if everything's okay, if we're live and up and running okay, and you can see and hear me okay. Just let me know. Donny Don Matthews just joined us. So just put in the comments just now. Crypto Dread is saying hi again. Good to see you, mate. He's still up early. What are you doing up this early, mate? You on the night shift again? So just let me know in the comments if this is working okay. I don't want to kind of keep on talking. I've done that before and it wasn't working, but it seems to be okay. Just check the status. Live health stream is not good. That's not good at all. So I'll need to check. Working here, working good here, A-OK. All seems well, live and steady, mate. Right, cool. I'll just continue, although it's saying it's not good live stream, but I'll just continue as is. Okay, so look at the overall markets just now, see what's happening. I'm just looking at Kucoin shares there. Overall markets is down big time over, if we look at this time a couple of weeks ago, within a couple of weeks. We're down to 292 billion. And remember, kind of just last week, we were at $385 billion. So we've lost nearly $100 billion of the market, or 33% nearly of the market, 25% of the market capitalization overall. Bitcoin dominance gone up slightly to 60.2%. Bitcoin itself fallen down 10% to 9,872. So I'm kind of asking the question, is this your last chance to get below $10,000? And we'll look at where to buy in. If you're thinking about buying in, would you buy in just now? Looking at the charts, definitely not. This is not the time to buy in to Bitcoin if you're looking to buy in and accumulate. And I'll show you how to do that, how to look for a buy-in. Okay, who's the winners and losers? Ren is up 16%. This is on dollar value. Rivian is up 11%. Walton Chain, V Systems, Nebulous, and DAI is kind of stable one. So that's not counted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 coins out of the top 100 are in green today. 95% are in red. Who's the biggest losers? Crypto.com, CRO. That is, it's the kind of gas of Crypto.com basically. Down 20%. Aurora, 16. Energy, ABBC, Decred, Hypercash, Elastos, Agricia, Mona, all down double digits as well. However, that's because of the Bitcoin value, dollar value going down. If we look at BTC value, we'll see it's a very different picture. So most alts are in the green. How many? There's only about 10 in the red, 10% in the red out of the top 100 in Satoshi value. So in Satoshi value, that's what we're looking to do, accumulate more in Satoshi value. Obviously, dollar value is really important if you're going to cash out, but unless you're cashing out, does it really matter? Really, you're just looking at the Bitcoin price. That's what you're doing when you're looking at the dollar value of your coin. That's how I feel. That's how I feel anyway. That's why I like to look at the Satoshi value. A lot of people disagree with that totally, but it's just the way I like to look at it. Okay, so we'll go back to dollar value then. And we'll look at all of the cryptocurrencies. There's now 2,298. There's no more been added since yesterday. We'll look at over 24 hours. Has anybody jumped up? Z Classic. Getting delisted from Bittrex, Z Classic. And it's gone up 56%. So was that good news? It's getting delisted. IHT Real Estate has gone up 47% on 322,000 volume. QDAO, don't know, governance token, up 29%. That's just come onto the market, obviously. SyncFab, we've seen that before, up 26% on 500,000 volume. OWN, CHX is doing well, up 21% on 1.5 million volume. That's a one for the future as well, only a market cap of 9 million. Lishan as well is up 16% on 6.5 million market cap. Again, another one, a good one for the future, possibly. Hidden Gem as well. And what else is kind of going up? Well, can we look at the BTC value? Look at the BTC value, see if it gives us a different picture. Peculium. Sounds like something from Harry Potter. Is up 38%. Yeah, it's not much. Nucleus Vision. Encash has gone up. I was surprised to see that going up on Binance. There's Ripple gone up nearly 4,000. Satoshi touched it, then come back down again. So this is on Binance. So we've got REN is up 32%, Encash as we said, and that kind of went higher than that, went higher than 33, I think, 37, yeah. Went up to 37, so that would have been a good one to buy in about 22 Satoshi. And that crossed over the 23 Satoshi on the hourly. NAS has gone up as well, BRD. PundiX started moving. It's not started moving, it's up at 8 and 9 Satoshi, and you could have got that for between 6 and 7 Satoshi at one point. I think the lowest, yeah, 6 and 7 there. There was a small window of opportunity there of about 9 hours to get it for 7 Satoshi. So that would have been good to get that. Because each Satoshi goes up is around about 12%. So you could have had, if you got 2 Satoshi worth, that's 25%, which is good. So dipped in and out of PundiX for ages now, and I've either come out just even or kind of losing on it. It's just that long to wait on PundiX, but if you're willing to wait, I still think it could be a good one. And that's it. BNB is up to 324,000, which is good. IoTeX, Metal, all up as well. And this is BTC volume, obviously, not USDT value. And look at crypto bubbles, what's happening just now over the last hour. So we're mainly green over the last hour, so it looks like we're going back up again. Obviously, it might be a different story when we're looking at 24 hours. You can see total, well, not totally red, but there's a few green ones dotted here and there. REN is up 16.5%. That was a good buy then. But total in the red over the last 24 hours, but it's coming back over the last hour or so. Okay, we'll just jump back into chat, see who else has joined us. Just saying working okay. The Hawthorns, good day. I'm topping up on Kucoin as well. Plus, sound is okay, brilliant. And Gino Dow saying no sound. Voice is a little out of sync. All good now. Gino Dow saying, much died to listen to a news clip last night. You mentioned some older coins like NEO, OMG, will fall away and make space for new coins. Been holding these for 2 years. Big losses if sell now. So much tighter. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a wee second. Gary Permenta, Imran is in. Peter Liapas is in. Alex Jug is back with us. Good to see you here. Rowan Rocker, G-Slick, Dice Head Bernie is in. Yo. Okay, so I was talking yesterday in the news when I was giving the news, the afternoon news. So I didn't mean to mention the likes of Neo. I'm talking about the kind of older ones. Well, Neo is kind of older, but I think Neo, well, I did kind of want to mention it as well. Okay, so what I think is going to happen, when we're getting Altseason back again, I don't think the older coins, and I mentioned kind of Neo and OMG and stuff like, and kind of projects like that, are not going to pump like they did the last time. So if we look at, just say for example, go to Neo. We'll look at Neo just now. And we'll go to the weekly chart. In fact, we'll do this on Neo BTC. To put the semicolon in. Okay, so we're at an all-time low and kind of when here, around about here, when the alt started pumping, there was a kind of pump in 2017, obviously, for Neo itself. But when Altseason was coming about, and that's when kind of Bitcoin was going down and Altseason really took off, and we had the likes of Neo pumping. Now, I'm not going to say Neo is going to disappear. I don't think Neo is going to disappear. I still think it's a quality project. Neo and ONT together could be really brilliant, a quality project, but I don't think they're going to pump as much. I think what people are going to do is focus on the newer projects, the likes of Matic, One, Fetch AI, Elrond now as well is coming out. I don't think that's actually out yet, but it's coming out today. And they're going to start focusing on these, and these are the coins that are going to pump. So that's just my opinion as well. I don't think the likes of Neo is going to pump hard like it did this time, because the last time on Altseason it went up 300%, came back down, kind of went up again, 50%. It was up and down, but it pumped quite hard. And we'll just look at Neo USD. So you can see there it went from, say, it was kind of really around about here, $27 all the way up to $200. So I don't think that's going to happen again with Neo. I think it's going to go up as a quality project, but I don't think that's going to happen again. I think that the new people coming in, and even ourselves, are going to focus on the newer projects purely because of perceived value and the kind of the way they perceive it as being new and newer technology and newer teams and just a different. It's like a different level of the blockchain, a different level of project altogether. Like the likes of Neo and the older ones, OMG, and a lot of other ones on Binance as well. They're just seen, I think they're seen as old tech when they're not. It's just because there's newer stuff coming out just now with the likes of Matic and One and Selling and Fetch AI and Elrond, and not so much BTT, but I think that's how it's going to be perceived. And talking about the IEOs on other exchanges as well, not just on Binance. I think Binance are going to get the lion's share of it, to be honest. But that's what I was talking about. I don't think Neo's going to disappear. I just think you're not going to get the pumps when Altseason comes. So it's not going to go from $16 all the way up to $200. Again, I don't think that's going to happen. But again, that's just my opinion. So that's what I was meaning when I was talking about that, Mitch. So I don't know what price you bought in at Neo. I'm saying, hi Steve-O, we haven't skipped more video lag, so there's a video lagging. I don't know. Can we go to the quality? Yeah, I don't think the live stream seems okay now. It's saying it's green. RSX futures approved. Yes, I've seen that in the news clip. I didn't actually kind of put that out there, but I've seen RSX as well. In fact, I think I had it up there. I might have got rid of it. There's a news story. Nope. Yep. RSX futures have been approved. So that's another good sign for Bitcoin as well, because this is physically backed. So RSX is like backed. It's a kind of competitor to backed. or Intercontinental Exchange, the ICE kind of backed exchange, but it's a physically backed kind of Bitcoin. So that means it's taken it out of the actual circulation. It's taken Bitcoin out of circulation. So that's out as well, which is good. Do you think Elrond will pump much tomorrow, Rowan Rocker? It could well do with the way the alts are going just now. It could well pump. However, what I would normally do is just wait a couple of days for these to go down. Usually what happens, if we look at the likes of, we'll go to this just now. We'll go to Matic, for example, Matic BTC. And this is on the daily. So it came out around about 85 Satoshi, went all the way down. After about 8 days, it went all the way down to 51, and then it pumped really hard. It went 10x after about 8 days. If we look at Harmony, what happened there? Kind of came out, went down for 2 days to 230 Satoshi, then it jumped up to 367, went up 100%, but then came all the way back down. I think one is going to go up as well. But I would wait a couple of days. And what was the other one? Elrond. So we had one Matic seller as well. What happened there when it first came out? So it came out, went all the way down. This is for about 3 weeks or something, more than that. A couple of months, and then it started going back up. It's only starting to come back up now. So I would wait. It might pump. You might catch. You might be able to scalp and catch it if you're looking on a 5-minute chart. If you're looking to trade it, yeah, you're going to make some money on that, scalping it, and it could well pump 100%, 200%. I just don't know, but I would kind of wait. It's going to be, unless you know what you're doing, but if you are going to trade it, trade on a 5-minute chart. So when the 70 EMA crosses over the 50 EMA, go with it. When it crosses back down over, let it go, just get out of it, and then just look in, and you could go in and out, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 times in a day for the next few weeks with Elrond. But it could well just double from as soon as it comes out because of the way the alts are going just now in Binance. People are looking for a new project. And this is what I mean by the old projects as well, that are they're going to get left behind in the Altseason. But I'm not saying they're going to disappear, and a lot of them are, but I don't think the likes of Neo is going to disappear. But they're going to get left behind. When BTC enables smart contracts, it will eat into the 250 trillion contracts market. It will make 10k BTC look paltry versus to where it's going in 3-4 years. Totally and utterly. If we're looking at it, and kind of the Binance, a CFO came out, I think it was the CFO, came out the other day, or just yesterday I think it was, and said it's going to $100,000. We know Bitcoin is going to go back up. We know, but when we see it going down like this, because we're involved in crypto day to day, we think, oh shit, what's going to go on? Is this going to be prolonged? Is it going to last? We're already starting to think like this, and it was up at $13,000 only a couple of days ago, and we're already starting to think, oh no, is this going to go down to 4,000? There's people talking that it's going to go down to 4,000, 5,000 already, and we're starting to get that pessimistic head back on again. When we shouldn't, because we know this is a good time to accumulate Bitcoin. Even if it still goes down further, just buy $200 worth a week, or $200 worth, I don't know, every day if you can afford it, whatever, and just dollar cost average in on Bitcoin, and just do it that way. Because I think this is going to be a window of opportunity to buy below $10,000. Even if it goes down to $5,000, you just still accumulate more because you know it's going to go back up. You've seen the potential of it going up from 3,000 to 13,000 within the space of a couple of months. Same is going to happen again. Only this time there's institutional backed kind of investors in there as well. So it's going to go up much quicker and much higher as well. This is a good opportunity. If you've got spare cash lying about, even if it's $200, $300 worth of kind of Satoshi, is going to be a lot of money in the future. So just remember that. Blocks, let's go. CDT, is that still moving? CDT up 0.41%. So that had a big move up, obviously. It's come back down again. It's just very slow in Binance. CDT, BTC, no, CDT. Yeah, look at the move. So crossed over 143, Could have had 100% gain there on the crossover on the daily even. If you looked on the 4 hourly and just kept it, you could have had a crossover at 134 and 126% if you kept a hold of it. Okay, so look at the Bitcoin chart just now. Where are we just now? 9,848. It fell $600 within a space of 45 minutes at one point. If we look here and go to the 15-minute chart, you can see here it was up to here 10,647, space of 45 minutes, so it was more than that, it was less than that, 334. So it was more than 45 minutes. I know, it was up here I was looking at. 1 sec. Yeah, it was about $600 in 45 minutes. There was this period here when it was up because I got up at 4:45. So 5:15 to about 6 AM, fell about $600. It's just going sideways at the moment, trying to decide if it should go back up or down again. But it has been as low as 9,711. Okay, so what can we expect from here? We've seen it's broken these lines, a $10,000 barrier. It kind of came down, hit the $10,000 and went back up again, all the way to 10,660, came back down again and smashed through the $10,000 range to 9,800. So if we go back to the daily, where are we looking at from here for support? Next support is around about 9,500. Then the next support after that is round about obviously the psychological barrier of 9,000, and that coincides with the 50 EMA. So we might get a bounce off the 50 EMA from here on the daily. If it does go down to 9,000, we should get a bounce from there. But if we look at the kind of crossover, or look at the low and the high, just now we're going to get rid of these lines actually. We're going to do these. In fact, we'll take this and we're going to go to the fib retracement. So we're going to go from the last run up. So it's hit that 61.8% level just now. Kind of perfectly here. It's not closed on the daily yet. So it's hitting that 9,800. So normally, if you're looking at fib retracement levels, normally it bounces from the 61.8% level. That's the kind of golden ratio. Normally bounces from there, so we've not closed on the daily yet. Just look at the 4 hourly on that level. So 61.8%, we're just hitting that just now, so it should bounce from here if it is going to bounce. If it's got a lot of momentum, then it's going to go through and possibly hit 8,700, so that would be another support level, kind of all the way down there, but obviously 9,000 is going to be a psychological barrier as well. However, we should bounce from here, the kind of golden ratio, if we don't do that quite soon in the next kind of 3-4 hours. When did this one start? Started at 9, it's just started. And we're perfectly on that 61.8% level. So we should really kind of bounce from here. I'd be looking for a bounce at the golden ratio level. Failing that, 9,000 would be the psychological support there. That's what we're looking at. Is this going to affect the alts? Yes, obviously it's brought the alts down in dollar value. Not necessarily in Satoshi value, so it's a good opportunity to pick more Satoshi up and trade for Satoshi instead of for dollars. So that's what we're looking at with Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens with Bitcoin. However, as I said, this is a good time to accumulate, even if it is still going down. But if you're looking to get in and trade, then you could even go to the 5-minute chart. If we look at the 5-minute chart, what happened on the 5-minute chart? 10,493, it was telling you, okay, time to get out. At 10,493, came all the way down. If you shorted that, say on a 10x leverage, and I'm not doing it myself, if you shorted that, you could have had 70% on that on 10x leverage because it's down 7% just on the 5-minute chart. So again, if you want to get in, look at the 5-minute chart, but probably for confirmation, look at the 15-minute chart. On the 15-minute chart, if you shorted, you could have shorted all the way down from 12,000 to here, 12%, minus 12%. If you're 10x, that'd be 120%. 1 Bitcoin in and 2.2 Bitcoin out if you were shorting it. And that's using the likes of BitMEX, and there's news out about that as well, that Binance are going to be doing futures trading. So look a bit at the news just now, and then I'll go on to the kind of Kucoin. So about the news that we're kind of looking at. Watch out, BitMEX, Binance announces futures contracts trading platform. So Binance, the world's largest exchange by trading volume, announced it will offer futures contracts on the new Binance Futures platform. An exact launch date wasn't provided, but Changpeng Zhao said the platform is expected to launch in the coming months. So you know what it's like with Changpeng Zhao. It tends to kind of do things quickly, announces it, and it will come out quickly. It's not as if we're going to have to wait 5 months, 6 months, a year, or whatever. So I expect that to come out before the end of the year, way before the end of the year, which is going to be a direct competitor to BitMEX. Could it kill off? Could it kill off Digitex futures though? Could it kill off? Because everybody's looking for an alternative to BitMEX. This could be the alternative. Digitex futures, they're just too slow, I'm afraid. I believe the Digitex futures, this could put another nail in the coffin for Digitex futures as well. So it's just something to think about as well. And I don't know, I've not looked at DGTX in a while. Where are they trading? Yeah, still way low, 386 at the minute. Down at 300 was their all-time low. Well, not their all-time low, but the recent low. So this is not good news for kind of Digitex. If Digitex had come out when it was meant to come out and everything was okay, I think they could have had a foothold in the market before, even if Binance did come out and do it after them. But as such, they've not got the exchange launched yet, so it could be quite bad for Digitex as well. So good for Binance, obviously. Going to be really good for them for the futures. They're going to get a lot of the share, and a lot of people are going to be jumping over because they're seen as more reliable, more trustworthy as well. That BitMEX just didn't trust at all. You kind of were scared trading on that every time you went onto it. But you're going to get a lot more people trusting the likes of Binance futures as well when it does come on board. So that's big news for Binance. Obviously, we trade on Binance a lot. We'll do it in the premium group when we're in the premium group, so we're just doing it on Binance. We're going to have to look at others as well, and this is why I'm looking at Kucoin. So Kucoin, I've started buying Kucoin shares. I've been meaning to do it since it was $1.20, and I kind of made the decision to buy another hidden gem, which was Traveler, or AVA tokens, which were actually on Kucoin. So I was going to buy Kucoin shares, or I was going to buy Traveler. So I bought Traveler for the long term, but I've decided to start buying Kucoin shares and start accumulating Kucoin shares because I see them as a Binance. Where Binance was when they were about $2, that's how I see where Kucoin is just now. And we'll look at Kucoin shares just now. 134 million market capitalization. Now, what I was saying about Binance, I kept on saying when Binance was way back down at kind of $5, about 5-6 months ago, I kept on saying you have to remember this is one of the very few companies or projects that are making money in the cryptocurrency space. They're actually turning a profit. This is what Kucoin is turning a profit just now as well. But they're in where Binance was like even last year. 134 million market capitalization, $1.50. They've announced a kind of buyback. Kucoin will execute a temporary KCS buyback and burn plan. So they're going to buy back their own coins and burn it. They do that every quarter as well, so it's going to make the coin more scarce. And they give out bonuses just now as well. I think that's going to disappear, the bonus structure, or they're going to change the bonus structure. And this is why they're doing the temporary buyback and burn plan. So they're going to be doing that for the next few weeks, every week for, I think it's the next few months actually. So it's going to make it more scarce, and which means the price is going to go up. And I think the price is only going to continue to go up as more and more people come from Binance over to Kucoin, or the American investors are going to go over to Kucoin until there's going to be changes made on Kucoin with regards to American investors as well. But at the moment, you can sign up American or US investors can sign up to Kucoin just now and trade as normal. Only thing is, there's not as much liquidity on Kucoin as there is on Binance. But if you're small trading, if you're trading under 1 Bitcoin, 2 Bitcoin, then it's good to go on to kind of Kucoin. There's a link down below if you want to kind of use my kind of link and support the channel as well. So you can sign up with the link down below. But that's how I see Kucoin just now. I just see it as where Binance was last year. And Binance, if we look at Binance as well, BNB, and we just go to the charts to see when it was 140. So really back in October 2017, the market capitalization for Binance was 190 and it was $1.91. So if you go on at $1.91, just now you're talking about a 15x return. And I do expect that to happen for Kucoin. That's why I'm starting to accumulate Kucoin. I do think the regulations are going to come into play as well with the likes of Kucoin. But I think at the moment, I think it's a great buying opportunity. Not shilling it, I'm just telling you what I'm doing just now. I just think it's a good buy, and I've been talking about it for months, and I thought, right, I'm just going to finally start to accumulate this. So that's good news as well. Okay, Litecoin. I want to kind of look at Litecoin as well. And we'll go into other news as well, but I want to look at Litecoin. This was Litecoin back in June or July 2015. So the previous halving, there's only been 2 halvings, one coming up on August the 5th for Litecoin, and the last one August 26th, I think, in 2015. So we'll have to look and see what happened for Litecoin before the halving. So a couple of months before it, it went up 400% before the actual halving event in 2015. But then it came right back down. And then again, it jumped up about 30% 1 month before the halving event. It kind of jumped up, well, kind of say from here to, say about 50%. So can we expect a 50% jump in Litecoin this time around before the halving? I think we can, for a number of reasons. It's started to go up already. We can see, oh, that's on the daily. Sorry, I thought it was on a 15-minute there. I think we can get back up to here, these levels again, and reach, and look at say $180 or something, with the kind of Bitcoin dollar value going down. Obviously, the dollar value in Litecoin has come down as well. So look at Litecoin, LTC USD. So we're at $114 just now, and it did get up to, that was $400 I'm talking about recently. It did get up to $150. I think we're going to surpass that and go up and kiss, as I said, about $200, maybe $180 before the halving. And I think that's going to happen quite soon, within the next couple of weeks. I think people are going to start FOMOing in on that before the halving event. A lot of people think it's going to go down just before it. But remember, we've still got just over a month left, August the 5th. We've still got about 34 days left to the halving event, and I think Litecoin could go up again to maybe $180. Just depends on what the kind of Bitcoin, if Bitcoin falls to $5,000 or something, that's obviously going to affect the Litecoin dollar values big time. But I think in terms of Satoshi value, it could still go up as well big time. So we'll need to wait and see what happens with Litecoin, but I do think in the next couple of weeks it's going to continue to rise. It's been on this trend for a while now, and I think it's going to continue to rise. So really it's been on this trend for about the last 6 months. And I spoke about it way back then when I was saying it's $33 and I said it's going to go up to $100, and it did. It kind of got to $100 a couple of months after I was kind of talking about it, and came back down again, started going back up, and I still think it's going to go up to $180. I don't know why 180. I don't think it's going to quite get to 200. I hope it does for Litecoin holders, but I don't know. I think $180 though, it could get to. So that was Litecoin. Other news I was kind of looking at as well. This is just a news story. Bitcoin drops below 10,000. Final buying opportunity before Moon. So they're questioning that as well. Looking at the Bitcoin correction, Bitcoin support levels as well. So this was just kind of my sentiment, and it just kind of reiterated what I was kind of saying as well about Bitcoin. Is this the last opportunity to buy before $10,000? What else was in the news? Yeah, this was the Binance CSO. It wasn't the CFO. It was the Chief Strategy Officer. So Bitcoin price will rally to $100,000, Binance CSO. So this is Jin Chao, was the Binance Strategy Officer, talking to Block TV. He said that if you look at historical patterns, you're probably looking at new highs of at least Bitcoin in the $50,000 to $100,000 range. So that's what he's come out and said on Block.tv. So he said his comments on altcoins are interesting. Looking at 2019 performance, it'd be hard to disagree with them. So where's the comments on that? The majority of altcoins have done very little since the bear market lows in December 2018. A lot of the higher cap coins, including XRP, Bitcoin Cash, Cardano, Stellar, and Tron, are still over 80% down on all-time highs. Some are even 90% still down. Chow added that we're now entering the fourth market cycle for Bitcoin, and in previous ones, there was a distinct correlation between the altcoins and BTC. This has not been the case in 2019, when altcoins have been stagnant while Bitcoin has surged. So he thinks Bitcoin is going to go up again to $50,000 to $100,000. He's not saying this year or giving that a timescale, but I think we can all safely say that's kind of going to happen anyway, or we all think that's going to happen, with the institutional investors coming in more and more news coming out about Bitcoin and the institutional investors coming in. So I think we can all agree that is going to happen. This is why it's good to accumulate Bitcoin just now. Maybe you can't see it being $100,000, but it is going to be $100,000. So even if you can accumulate $100 worth a month, $100 worth a week, or whatever it is you're doing, just start accumulating Bitcoin just now. Not saying to trade. I think it's brilliant to trade. I think you can get a lot of money trading, and this is kind of what we do in the premium group. But you have to accumulate as well. Accumulate your XRP, your Ethereum, your Bitcoin, your kind of Litecoin, if that's what you think is going to go up. But definitely your Bitcoin should be a big part of your portfolio. Okay, we'll go back to chat. Let's see. Click, I'd be glad to get into Kucoin, but being in the United States, kind of risky. No, that's what I'm saying. If you're in the United States, you can still get into Kucoin just now, but they might announce something in the future that United States kind of citizens are not going to be able to use it, but I think that's a way off, but they might do it in the future. If kind of Binance has done it, then it might be that KuCoin has to do it as well in the future. And it's the government regulations, nothing to do with the kind of exchanges. It's the government regulations that are coming in. It seems that the US government just don't want the US citizens to make kind of any money. Nicky Sheldrake is in. Good morning to you. Crypto Knowledge Alliance, Jimbo. Steve, thoughts on Binance futures trading platform? Oh, I've done that already. Just done that. Final death for Digitech. So yes, I do think that as well, Jimbo. That's weird that you kind of mentioned that there as well, and I just kind of spoke about it. Crypto Dread, yes, so third shift, but I always try to catch. Oh, cheers, mate. I really appreciate the support. Photon Orgon, how do Steve? Good to see you, buddy. Imran, depends, all the projects have the experience and new stuff still needs to be proven. Most people will go with liquidity versus risk. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. It's just an interesting thought. I haven't looked at Quant, Immortal Wombat, unfortunately. And I know a lot of people are talking about Quant, but I haven't had time to look at it. Ajma, or I've not prioritised it. It's not having time. Everybody's got the same amount of time. I've just not prioritised it to look at Quant because there's so much other things that I've got there. HPB, I've looked at that a while ago. Ajmal Salim, good morning to you. Rowan Rocker, audio is out of sync. Nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. Lawrence Matthews is in. Good morning to you. Jay Charles should be awesome. Crypto Knowledge and Market Fee Magic interface is going to be amazing. It's an interface that controls the exchanges all at once. It's shadow trading starting this week. I'm not sure about that. The Magic kind of exchange, I'm just not sure about it at all. I think it's because McAfee's behind it and he's just really in it for the money, which is what we're in it for as well. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not sure about it. BEC, more useless coins arriving every day. Yeah. Natasha Sakamoto is in. Elrond lottery results in 1 minute. Yeah, I did. That was one of the ones I didn't get in on. So hopefully there's a lot of premium members and kind of free members as well got the Elrond lottery and see where it goes when it comes out. Has anyone been on website QR wallet. As I say, you get the QR scan and put on your bank debit card to spend crypto anywhere your bank card works. A new technology. Not checked that out. Gino DAO, Can Exchange helped to retrieve coins from Etherscan. Found 21k OMG coins 3 years ago, which I forgot about, and it's pending. Never had an Ethereum wallet on Etherscan. So how did you store it, Gino? If you've never had an Ethereum wallet, how is it that you kind of stored it? So you must have had a private key or something like that, a JSON file or a private key, or I don't know what you would have had for that. James O'Clough, any news on coins to be listed on Binance.us? I don't think there's anything out yet for Binance.us to say which coins are going to be listing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Imran, gone very quiet on the EOS front. Yeah, EOS has not done much. EOS, we'll look at the BTC value. It's dropped big time. So it was up 115,000 down to 57. So it's dropped 50%. It's the 1st of June. Remember, kind of back in the beginning of June, a lot of people were talking about EOS. EOS, USD we'll look at. $5.70. It did go up to $8.68. Yeah. Although it's not that bad, if we look on the daily, it's just crossed down over just now. So it looks as if it's going to go down further for EOS. That's certainly in dollar value, but that's obviously Bitcoin price as well. So yeah, it's not... A lot of people do believe in EOS. I've not gone deeply into it. Eric Roberts, Chainlink was added to Coinbase, I believe. Good morning. Good morning to you, Eric. Yeah, it was. I don't think it's fully integrated yet, or it might be fully integrated from yesterday, but it was. The news came out a couple of days ago that it was getting on. Can you look at OMG, please? OMG. We'll look at the BTC value. First, on the daily, it's near its all-time low. We'll go to the 4-hourly. So it's crossed over in the 4-hourly at 21,000. It's up to 23,000 just now. So short term, it might be a good buy. Yep, for the short term, it crossed over. It's kind of gone up 10%. So OMG, it could be good for the kind of short term there. That's just looking at the charts. Hey, CYT-Crypto, you're getting into that Shadow Pro Trade competition where you can win 25,000 worth of ETH for first place in the position to be a Shadow Pro Trader. No, J. Charles. No, is this on the Magic Exchange you're talking about? It does. Hibernian Travala just finished their IPO on Crowdcube. Yep, so they're raising more money on Crowdcube as well. High hopes for Travala. High hopes for them. They're actually making money. They're not turning a profit just now, but they're making money. Another one of the projects that are actually making money, and I think it could be good. But the only thing I was really concerned about Travala was, is it just the same as any other kind of travel company out there online just now? But there was a lot of things that I really seen that I really liked as well. And obviously you get crypto back as well. You get 2% cash back or crypto back. You're getting as well, plus you're getting the bigger discounts as well. So what made it kind of unique to stand out is you're getting the bigger discounts on even the established ones. They're out just now. So I really like Travala from that point of view as well. So again, I see it as kind of like a hybrid model that they've got just now. And I liked it, I really like it, and it's only valued at about just under 5 million, I think. But I like the team, like what they're doing, like how they're kind of progressing as well. So it's AVA. Yeah, 5 million market capitalization just now. So it's not really taken off yet. So it's been out for a year already. But I do think it's one of those kind of sleeper coins, and we'll see with more and more kind of partnerships that come out, I think we're going to see a lot from Travala. And it could be that one of the big kind of travel companies buy it out, but I don't know. we'll see. Imran Chowdhury, oh dear, Bab isn't even worth 1 Satoshi. That's what, oh, sugar. Not good for Bab. So, Bab. We'll go to the ETH value. That's under 1 Satoshi. 34 grey, it's up or down to just now. Is that the all-time low? It is the all-time low. So this is either a brilliant opportunity to get Bab at this price, or if you just think it's gone under and you've got loads as well. I'm just so glad I got out when I did. Yeah, it's a shame. It really is. I lost a shitload of money on that, but it's a shame for everybody else that's kind of lost money on it, and shame for the kind of team members that were in there before, and they've all, it's just a slow death just now for Bab, but it might rise from the ashes. Digitex will have 0 fees though, so there will still be a lot of incentive to trade on their exchange, Rowan Rocker. Yeah, no, I'm not sure at all, to be honest, Rowan. Highpoint Drifter, hello to all and sundry, hello to you as well. VChain are doing everything they can to make a top coin very soon, a top 10 coin very soon. Yeah, I think VChain are going to do well. Let's go to, this is on the 4-hour look in the daily. See, this is the trouble as well. See, well, it's not that big a deal because it's going to happen with all of them. I think a lot of people kind of got into the likes of VChain and others as well. This is what I was talking about, the older coins as well. The newer coins are going to do better because a lot of people kind of got into it, kind of near the top, maybe 200 Satoshi, 250 Satoshi or whatever, and they've got big bags just now. It's kind of gone all the way down, kind of come up a wee bit, all the way down again. And as soon as the big bag holders of VChain, as soon as it starts to go up to say 100 to 150, you're going to get these big bag holders starting to sell and just cash out of them to either minimize their losses or to just break even again. And I think that's what's going to happen. So it's going to be difficult for it to rise again. But with VChain kind of partnerships coming out and stuff like that, I think it's going to be a wee bit different for VChain, but I'm talking about the older ones as well. But VChain, there's a lot of back holders for VChain as well. So I think it's going to have difficulty, but I still think it's going to make it in the long run. Eric Roberts, I got almost all my cryptocurrencies off of Binance, exchanged on my TRX into Litecoin because not sure about getting TRX into a US exchange. Bought to Litecoin at 114.96. That's about the price it is just now, is it? For Litecoin. LTC USD. Yeah, 115 just now. So it's gone up a wee bit since we've been speaking. So yeah, I still see it going up. I still see Litecoin going up. But that's just my personal opinion. Gareth Passage, hi all, BTC to 9,500. It could well do. It could well do. Just been speaking about that. It's 9,882 just now. It should bounce from here. And this is go to the 1 day. My 4 hours. Yeah, it should really bounce from here at the 61% level. Yeah, we're still just on that just now. Let's go to there. So we're looking for a bounce. If it does go down, well, it looks as if we're going to go down to, well, for me, we're talking about 8,800, but we've got a psychological support at 9,000. And some kind of support at 9,500 as well. So if it doesn't bounce, and it should, because it normally does at this kind of golden ratio at 61.8%, but we'll just see what happens from here. Just like I'm cooking and watching. Excellent. What are you cooking? I have to start working on getting more Bitcoin. Yeah, I definitely think we should be aiming to get more Bitcoin. This is what we're kind of trading for. in the premium group to get more Bitcoin, obviously to accumulate more of our kind of favorite ones as well, and to get hidden gems, but definitely to get more Bitcoin as well. Hey Eric, go to McAfee Magic. It's got a software that you can trade on exchanges. Yeah. Does Hibernian thoughts on Jinbei? Get paid dividends in physical gold. I don't know anything about Jinbei, but I don't know. I don't know about anything like that. I wouldn't kind of touch it personally. I wouldn't touch it. Gene late check-in, like one crush. Bab never again for me. Yeah, yep, same here. Sold Bab at 330 into Kin, now it's sunk to LL. Think Kin will bounce back. Good though. SEC case depending. Yeah, if it wasn't for that SEC, they could have done brilliantly. Kin, I still think they could. Lawrence Matthews, rumours of VeChain integrating with Coca-Cola in China on the back of Walmart. Yeah, this could be really good. The partnership with Walmart could be brilliant for them. It could be really, really good for them and could really kind of put them up there as well. Eric Roberts, thanks so much for the great content. Provides a crypto community. Go to catch some Zeds. Everyone have a wonderful, prosperous day. You as well, Eric. Thanks for joining me. I really appreciate it, mate. And thanks for the support. Gina Dow, the only exchange I joined at the time was HitBTC. Still use them today. And bought OMG ICO 28 cents. Have address on HitBTC. So if they were on Etherscan, so that would have been a transaction you had on HitBTC. So you need to look at HitBTC. There'll be a way to recover it, Gino, if you can get it. So you need to, are they on HitBTC actually, or did you store it? You must have had an Ethereum address to store them on if it's an ERC20 token. Nexo, how do you all feel about Nexo paying dividends? I think anything that's kind of paying dividends can be good. Depends if it's the project itself is set up the right way and it's a good project with a good team. You do your due diligence and then you look at the kind of dividends. You don't go into it for the dividends. But if it's a good project to start with and you'd have bought without them paying, and this is why what I think about Kucoin as well, I would have bought Kucoin without them paying the kind of bonus structure that they've got just now. It wouldn't have mattered to me. It's just a bonus, funny enough, that you get that from Kucoin shares as well. Okay, another look at BTC. It's trying to bounce in the 61% level. It's trying to bounce from there. See what happens. Okay, that is it for the moment, unless there's any questions. Sorry about the kind of stream. And that seems to be okay just now. Yep, okay, I'll leave it there just now. Have a brilliant day, whatever you're doing. Thank you very much for watching. And if you can hit that like button as well, if you do like these videos, I'll be doing another one in the afternoon. I'd just like to thank kind of Rob, James and Adeb for kind of providing the news stories as well for the afternoon edition as well. It's me finding them as well. We find them on Crypto Panic. That's a really good site to find them on. So thank you very much, and thank you very much to all the admins as well. And thank you for tuning in. And hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Until then, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things